Yo, what is up guys, welcome to the day 67 recap of the 2016-2017 NBA season. Alright, so can we all just take a minute to admit that Isaiah Thomas is pure flames? Can we all just admit that right now? Because I know some people were still doubting Isaiah Thomas. I know some people are still probably doubting Isaiah Thomas. Well, that needs to end. The man went out and dropped 52 points last night. 52 freaking points last night, 29 in the fourth quarter. That's the Boston Celtics franchise record for most points in a quarter. In case you guys didn't know, he is number 2 when it comes to Mr. Get Buckets in the fourth quarter, only to Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook averages 10 buckets per game in the fourth quarter, and Isaiah Thomas averaged just under 10, I believe at 9.3 buckets per game in the fourth quarter. Isaiah Thomas knows how to get it going when it matters most. That's the thing that champions are made of. They know how to take over a game when they need to take over a game, and that's exactly what Isaiah Thomas did last night when he scored 29 points in the fourth quarter. I'll say that again, 29 points in the fourth quarter. Did I mention, have I ever mentioned, has anyone ever told you guys how tall Isaiah Thomas is? Has anyone ever told you that he is 5'9"? 5'9". Do you know the average American male is 5'10"? So this is a guy that's an inch shorter than the average American male, going out there and dropping 52 points in an NBA game. In the NBA, a league of freaking giants. I mean, the average point guard is what, like 6'2". So that's a 5-inch differential between Isaiah Thomas and the average NBA point guard. That's like asking the average NBA point guard to be matched up with like Jimmy Butler all the time, to be matched up with Jimmy Butler, to try and defend Jimmy Butler, to try and score on Jimmy Butler all the time. Every player to Isaiah Thomas is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, one of Giannis's arms is just as big as Isaiah Thomas, and he's going out there and averaging 27 points per game and 6 assists. And people were like, oh, it's a fluke last year when he was averaging 22 and 5. People didn't want to give him the credit. Last year was averaging 22 and 5. He was still an all-star selected by the coaches. The coaches know flames when they see him, but most fans probably wanted to put Isaiah Thomas in the all-star game because it's Isaiah Thomas. He's on the Celtics. Well, I mean, big whoop. What are you crazy? Are you guys outside of your mind? Anyone that's not going to give Isaiah Thomas his props, for whatever reason it might be, you need to get your life together, fam. I mean, he's just as good as any of these other point guards in the NBA. Well, maybe not like Russell Westbrook or James Harden, because they're on a whole nother level when it comes not just point guards, but basically any other players in the NBA right now. Not them, but if you look at like Kyrie Irving, you look at like Kyle Lowry, Chris Paul, John Wall, I would take Isaiah Thomas with any of those guys in the NBA. People doubted him when he was averaging 22 and 5. Now he's averaging 27 and 6. Keep doubting him, and next year he's gonna come back and average 31 and 8. If any of you guys ever want the Isaiah Thomas experience, the full Isaiah Thomas experience, here's what I want you guys to do. You go find a tree. Next time you're outside trying to get buckets, go find a tree. Put that tree right in front of the rim. Run into that tree sometimes, fall down, take the contact like Isaiah Thomas does when he goes in the paint with these 7-foot tall, 250-pound centers. Take the contact, get back up, make a couple of free throws. And then when you try and score around the tree. Go over, go around, do something. Get creative with it like Isaiah Thomas does. There you have the Isaiah Thomas experience. Isaiah Thomas is a great point guard and all, but so is James Harden, considering that's what he's called now. He's called a point guard. He had another triple-double last night. I believe this is like his 7th or 8th of the year. 30 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists. And the Houston Rockets got the win over the Clippers. They went out and destroyed the Los Angeles Clippers. Chris Paul sat out again with a sore hamstring, and of course Blake Griffin's still out with his routine knee surgery, still whatever that means. And they won 140 to 116. Doc Rivers and Austin Rivers were both ejected this game. Alright, Austin Rivers goes up for the layup, misses. As he's turning around, his arm basically hits the chest of an official, taps the chest. I don't want to say hits, taps the chest of an official, and he's out of here. Ejected. 0 to 100 real quick. Doc Rivers doesn't like it. Now, he doesn't get as mad as we've seen him sometimes this season, but he tells the officials, I don't like that, and guess what? You're out of here, cuh. You're out of here, Doc Rivers. So, the officiating this year has been kind of out of hand. Players are getting tossed left and right, and it's getting kind of crazy. But the Houston Rockets got the win as they look to solidify their number 3 seed in the Western Conference. Can we consider this progress for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I mean, they're winning more than they're losing. Well, not more than they're losing, but they're winning more than they were earlier in the season when it was just like lose, 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 lose. Hey, look, we won, lose, 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 lose. Now it's like lose, lose, win, win, lose, lose, win, lose. So, you know, it's more wins than it was earlier in the season. The playoff hopes are basically still dead. But you know, they're getting more wins than they were earlier in the season, so that's considered progression, right? Last night, they beat the Milwaukee Bucks 116-99. Andrew Wiggins had a good game, 31.6 assists and 5 rebounds. And Karl Anthony Towns and Zach LaVine had good games as well. Karl Anthony Towns had 18 points, 16 rebounds, and Zach LaVine chipped in with 24 points as well. Another 500 team is the Milwaukee Bucks. You know, they're like win one, lose one, win one, lose one. They've been like that basically the entire year so far. And Giannis Antetokounmpo and Jabari Parker still had really, really good games. Yo, Giannis Antetokounmpo had 25 points, 7 rebounds and 5 assists. And Jabari Parker had 20 points of his own, but you know the Bucks just couldn't get as much help as the Timberwolves had. They got outmanned by the Minnesota Timberwolves last night. When the season started, I thought that Dwayne Wade and Jimmy Butler would be able to keep Rajon Rondo in check, but it doesn't look like this is the case. Rajon Rondo got benched in the second half of the game last night. He might be at the point of giving up on the team like he did with Dallas. I really thought Dwayne Wade would be able to keep him in check especially. I really did think Dwayne Wade would keep him in check. But then again, if Dirk couldn't keep him in check, then you know it's probably not going to happen with Dwayne Wade either. The Indiana Pacers got the win over the Chicago Bulls, and Paul George for the Pacers a couple of days ago came out to the media and said that basically maybe he was living in the past of how good they used to be, basically saying that I need to move on. We're not the contenders that we used to be in the Eastern Conference. We're not going to give LeBron James the fight like we did back when the Pacers and the Heat rivalry existed. But no, basically he needs to move on and accept it, just get back to having fun with basketball. And it wound up with the win for the Indiana Pacers last night. Yo, Paul George had 32 points, and Jeff Teague didn't shoot the ball well. He was 2 of 13 from the field, but he did have 17 assists. He was out there dropping dimes for the Indiana Pacers. So hopefully this newfound light for Paul George helps him and helps the Pacers, and maybe it brings the team together more, you know, him having fun, you know, the guys having fun together. Maybe that'll help bring the team together more when it's a little less serious. Another team that's coming together a bit more is the Washington Wizards. You remember the Washington Wizards had that awful start. It was an atrocious start. You know, people were expecting them to be in the running for the Eastern Conference playoff start to start the season, and then they basically fell out immediately. And now they're right back in it, yo. They're they're back at 500, yo, 16-16 on the year. John Wall, of course, is having a huge part to do with that. Yesterday, he was dropping dimes as well. Jeff Teague was dropping dimes. John Wall was dropping beautiful dimes. Yo, 14 assists to go along with his 19 points last night. And then Trey Burke also had his best game in a very long time, maybe even the best game of his career last night. Yo, he had 27 points, shot the ball near perfect. He was 5 of 5 from 3. I believe he was 10 of 12 from the field. So Trey Burke had his best game in and who knows how long, maybe forever. And the Washington Wizards got the win over the Brooklyn Nets, 118-95. No, I'm not even mad anymore. I don't get mad when the Pistons lose anymore. I don't get sad. I don't feel anything. I'm kind of numb. I won't be happy until they're above 500 again. And until they're above 500, which is where they should be at least this season. They should have been well above 500, but you know, things don't go quite according to plan. They lost the Atlanta Hawks last night, 105-98. For the Hawks, Paul Millsap had 26 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. Dennis Schroeder had 17 points and 7 assists. And Kyle Korver came off the bench and drained 7 threes and finished the game with 22 points. The Spurs won again yesterday, no big surprise here. The San Antonio Spurs got another W last night. You know, they'll let teams like hang around for like the first half as of late. You know, they'll let them hang around and then they'll be like, ha, alright, you guys had your fun. You guys had your fun. It's time for us to go get this W. They wound up beating the Portland Trailblazers 110-94. Still no Damian Lillard for the Portland Trailblazers. Like I said, they hung around in that first half. But, you know, it's the San Antonio Spurs. I'm pretty sure Greg Popovich could coach a team of D-Leaguers into the NBA playoffs. The Mavericks tried playing dead in the first quarter where they were like, alright, we can keep up with these guys. It's 29-29. We can keep up with these guys. Then like, alright, now let's play dead. We got a sneak attack coming up for them in the fourth quarter. You see what I'm saying? They were getting blown out in the third quarter. And then the fourth quarter, they're like, surprise, we gotcha, but we still lost. Kevin Durant had a triple-double for the Golden State Warriors. 19 points, 10 assists, and 11 rebounds. Klay Thompson chipped in with 29 points. And Draymond Green did a little bit of everything like he normally does. 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. And for the Dallas Mavericks, Harrison Barnes had 25 points against his former team, but their comeback came up a bit short against the Golden State Warriors. The Knicks have also been slipping up a little bit as of late. They have been slipping up as of late. You know, they're now 16-16 on the year, so still good compared to what they've been in prior years. So there's still a really good season for the New York Knicks so far, but they just have to find a way to get some more W's. Yo, Porzingis, Anthony, and Rose all played about the same. You know, they all attempted over 20 shots. They all had over 20 points. I believe Melo was like 8 of 22 from the field, Derrick Rose like 9 of 21, and Porzingis was like 8 of 20 or something like that. And, you know, they wound up copying another L to the New Orleans Pelicans. Now the Pelicans, here's the funny thing, the Pelicans, you know, started off the season 0-7, started off the season 0-7, and since then they've been 14-14. They've been playing 500 basketball ever since that, as they are now 14-21 on the year. Maybe we panicked a bit too early with the Pelicans. I mean, they're still not a good team by any stretch of the imagination. There's still not much talent on that roster, but Jrue Holiday and Tyreke Evans returning has helped out their cause. But I think they need to like chill out a bit and land in that lottery. Last but not least, the Philadelphia 76ers went out and beat the Denver Nuggets in a close game. Joel Embiid is still having a really impressive rookie year, especially for a rookie on limited minutes. Joel Embiid is absolutely dominating. Last night he had 23 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks in 29 minutes, going out there and doing absolutely everything in 29 minutes. And for the Nuggets, Mudiay and Jokic both had good games. Yo, Mudiay had 22 points and 5 assists, and Jokic had 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists, but they just couldn't manage to get the win over the Philadelphia 76ers. And that about wraps up all the action of the Day 67 recap of the 2016-2017 NBA season. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already for more daily NBA videos. And that about wraps it up for Slam Dunk Comedy this year. It's been a great year. Thank you guys for all the support you have given me in 2016. I look to keep the ball rolling in 2017 and even further into the future. So thank you guys for all the support. I hope you guys stay safe tonight and have a great new year. And until next year, keep getting the Bucks, Team SDC. And I'm out of here. Peace!